approach you at any time, and we think we can approach your throne of grace with boldness and confidence because of Jesus. And Lord, we just pray for the schools and the teachers and the students, administrators. We just ask that you'll be with them. And Lord, tonight for the board, we just pray that you'll give them wisdom in all that needs to be done tonight. And ultimately, Lord, we just want it to be for your glory and your honor. In Jesus' name, amen.
Amen. Great prayer. Thank you.
Thank you, brother.
All right. Now we will have the flag salute from the SEC Stucco.
Today I have with me 5 members. We have 19. We had a softball game tonight, so that's where some of them are. We are gearing up to host the leadership conference in November. We are the President's School, and so we're looking forward to that.
My name's Sadie McDuffie, and I'm in 7th grade.
My name's Allie Wan, and I'm in the 7th grade.
My name is Ava Hembry, and I'm in the 8th grade.
My name is Katherine Riley, and I'm in 8th grade.
My name is Braylee Kirkland, and I'm in 8th grade. Attention, salute, pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you.
Thank you.
Great job, ladies. Well done.
But good luck with your leadership conference. I know that's always a great event. So.
Thank you, guys. Thank you.
All right. I'll call the meeting to order. Roll call of members, please.
Yes.
Yes. Here. All right, recognition of guests. Thank you to everyone for being here tonight, those that were here and those that are still here. Support Employee of the Month.
All right, so let's go with PKMS first. And board members, as always, let's go ahead and come around in front. And I'll need Dr. Dillon right here. All right, so who wants to be the one that has the first one? Carrie, there you go.
I'm sorry.
I'm sorry.
Well, our support employee of September from PKMS is Sam Sellers, and she joined us mid-year last year and has just been an incredible addition to our school. Anytime I think of something that needs to be taken care of, I start to explain what I want, and she says something like, "Oh, you'd like a tabbed spreadsheet that's color-coded? Okay, I can do that." And 30 seconds later, she's like, "I just sent it to your email." She is kind of like having just a fairy princess who is also really techie in the front office, and it's pretty incredible. We had lots of nice things that were said about her, so I've just picked a few. And on our recommendation form, these were some of the comments that people made about her. Sam is always ready to offer assistance with the sweetest laugh and smile. She is a light of sunshine in the office every day, and that's absolutely true. She truly loves the kids she serves and goes above and beyond to ensure that they have a great day at school. I would like to nominate Sam for the outstanding work she does each day. Her meticulous attention to detail ensures our attendance records are always accurate and up to date. Beyond her technical skills, she consistently provides excellent customer service, greeting family, staff, and students with kindness and professionalism. Most importantly, she has a true heart for our students and shows her dedication through every interaction. She always greets everyone with a smile. She ensures that everyone who enters the office feels welcomed and respected. She's an excellent worker. If she has a bad day, you never know it because she's always smiling and happy to help with any situation. And another person mentioned her or described her as a combination of a librarian, teacher, and mother to all of our students. And so we are so grateful to have her at PKMS, and she is such a worthy recipient of this recognition.
Congratulations. Just go ahead and shake hands, and then
Okay, next we have high school. So Miss Lamb is going to do that introduction.
It is my pleasure this evening to introduce the PHS Support Employee of the Month Award to Mr. Chuck Durant, who's been with the district for 25 years. Mr. Durant enjoys assisting teachers and students with their Wi-Fi concerns, broken screens, printing issues, keeping track of technology equipment, Chromebooks, computers, and anything else to do with technology at PHS, PVA, Adult Learning Center, the administrative office, or just anywhere he's needed. He's been married to Holly for 33 years, who is also an employee of Poto Public Schools. They have one son, Brandon, who is serving in the U.S. Navy, and one daughter, Haley, who is currently obtaining her information technology credentials. Teachers have said of Mr. Durant, I'm nominating Chuck because as the IT guy at Poto High School, Chuck is an invaluable asset, consistently providing quick and knowledgeable assistance to both teachers and students. He can handle anything from a Chromebook that won't turn on to enabling every teacher in the school to print. Chuck always has a positive attitude, and his dedication and skill make him an essential part of our school community, and he definitely deserves the award. Another teacher said he is the best. He's always happy to help and will drop anything to make sure we all are able to accommodate our students. Elbert Hubbard said, "One machine can do the work of 50 ordinary men. No machine can do the work of one extraordinary man." This highlights that even with advanced tools, the creativity, ingenuity, and unique talent of an individual are irreplaceable and more valuable than any technology, and that is certainly true of Chuck Durant. Thank you.
Work your way down, and you'll go right over here. See, Chuck, let's put you guys up front. So y'all are going to be up front, you can't be on the side. You guys be up front. So we can get a good picture. There you go. I'll go down on this side. Level it out a little bit. Thank you, guys. While they're heading back, I do want to say First National Bank is our sponsor. So First National Bank, again, this year is giving $50 gift cards. So each of our recipients got a $50 gift card, and that is from our local First National Bank as the sponsor of this. So thank you, First National Bank.
And congratulations to both of you, and thank you for everything y'all do for our schools. Do we have any comments from the public?
No, ma'am.
All right. Financial reports, encumbrances, change orders.
So if you'll turn with me to our financials, they're on screen. And we'll start with our monthly. So for the month of August, general fund, our revenue is down, and that is due to decrease in some state funding. This August, we received our textbook, but only 9% of our textbooks. Last year, we received 100% of our textbook allocation, so that'll be coming in later. So that was about $130,000 decrease this month. And our biggest decrease was due to our federal funding. Last August, we received about $500,000 in prior year ESSER funds. So that is no longer coming in, and so that is why our revenue is really down between this year and last year. Looking at our general fund expenditures, they are up for the month of August. This month, we purchased 120 laptops for our district, and we also purchased an ag truck, and so that's the difference in our expenditures for the month of August. Then if you'll go with me to our building fund, our revenue is up for the month of August, and that is due to us receiving our turf sponsorship a little bit later this year, so it's just a timing issue there. Our expenditures are down. The only expenditure that we had for the month of August was for Michael Riley. building fund that came in last year, about 31,000 that we received in the building fund last year. And our expenditures are up in the building fund. In July of this year, we purchased the land beside PKMS, and we also paid for over half of the new HVAC system at the PKMS gym, and that's why our expenditures are up year-to-date in the building fund. Child nutrition, year-to-date revenue is down some, and that's just a timing issue on when we received our summer school federal funding. This year we received some in June and July. Last year we received it all in July. And then our expenditures for child nutrition is up just slightly, and that's due to increase in salaries and utilities for this year. Looking at our total operations, you can see that we are down some from last year, but it's mainly due to our capital improvements. We had a lot of major expenses coming out of our building fund last year, and that's the biggest difference in why our total operations is down some for this year. Behind that is all the summary and expenses and revenues for all the funds. And if you'll turn all the way to the purple sheet, it starts our encumbrances, the general fund. And I'll just go over a few of them. Page 1, almost in the middle is PO number 399, and that is for wrestling uniforms for both men and women. And then page 2, about halfway down, is PO number 429. We are purchasing a replacement refrigerator for the FACS at high school. And then on page 3, close to the top, is PO number 445, and that is for a replacement HVAC unit at the upper in Devonson. That's about a 26-year-old HVAC system that we're having to replace at the upper. A little past halfway down on PO number 460, that's for, we're going to increase our insurance coverage to cover the vehicles, buses, and trailers that we purchased here lately. And then on page 4, last page, almost at the bottom of that, is PO number 474, and that's for Bacata licenses. That's our PHS, some curriculum for our PHS. Our next sheet is for the building fund, and we have one PO, it's PO number 6, and that is for the demo and removal of the house at 401 Bagwell. And then our last sheet is for child nutrition. There are 3 POs. The last PO number 19 is our OPA, and that's our normal monthly OPA services there. Does anyone have any questions?
Any change orders? All right, not hearing any questions or comments. I'd entertain a motion to approve our board meeting minutes from August 11th, financial reports and encumbrances.
Make a motion, we approve them.
Is there a second?
I'll second.
Roll call, please.
Yes.
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 Discussion and vote to approve or not approve the 25-26 estimate of needs.
So we bring this to you every year. This is our legal budget, really, by fund. And right past the encumbrances on the white sheet, this sheet right here, that first sheet is just like a summary by fund of what we can legally appropriate. And if you look at the very bottom, it'll have our total. It'll also have our carryover down there for each fund. And it's pretty consistent from year to year. And our general fund was up just a little bit, but because we had extra carryover, building is down slightly because we have less carryover, and child nutrition is up slightly. I just want to make sure you know that this is for the 25-26 school year. Estimate needs.
And I will say that a lot of times, those numbers, we end up going a little over, and we just do a supplemental in the spring. So even though this is our legal budget, at times, we will have to go over it, and that's part of it.
Does anyone have any questions with regards to our estimate of needs? Entertain a motion. Roll call, please.
Yes.
Yes. Yes. Discussion and vote to approve or not approve the capital improvement plan.
Okay, so really excited about this component. So if you would look at that next item in your book, you've kind of got a little packet, you got a little color-coded sheet there. So on that, we have a 12-person committee. It has every site represented, including our Board of Education President, Renata Adams, on that capital improvement committee. We meet twice a year, once in the fall, once in the spring. We just met last week, so that's why we're bringing you the plan today. So this year, we did a facility tour, which I really liked. I want to continue that with their capital improvement, because unless you actually see what's happening and what needs to get improved, it's hard to figure out what we want to fix. With that, after the facility tour, we did a survey, and we ranked all the items from highest need to lowest need. So we have a priority list. And as you look at that, you'll see in FY26, it's red at the top. And you'll see each year there's a color code on the bottom of that second sheet which shows you. But bottom line is those top 5 red items that you see on FY26, those were the top 5 priority items from the survey with that committee. So pretty cool that you can accomplish all of the top items on that, that plan. You'll see we're wanting to spend 1.5 million, over 1.5 million again this year. We did that last year as well. That's going to eat into our carryover just a little bit, but if you look, those last couple of years were under. So overall, it's going to balance out, but there's just a lot of items that we really need to get done. And so that's why we're kind of pushing it a little bit with our building fund. Personally, I'm super excited. When I got in, one of the issues that I identified right off the bat was our gyms don't have HVACs. And for a school our size, with as many kids as we have in PE and all these things, we need HVACs in our gym. So if you look at the plan from FY25 to FY29, 28 actually, FY25 to FY28, you'll see that our plan is to get every single gym in our district fixed with HVACs. So it's a 4-year plan, but it costs a lot of money to put HVACs in. So from my end, personally, I'm excited that we have a plan to actually get HVACs in all of our gyms. So I think that's desperately needed. Do you have any specific questions on the plan? You'll see that we go all the way out to 29. You'll see that there's some items that are still white, and what that means is they were the lowest priority items, and they didn't make it on this plan. If you look at the last couple of years, you'll see that there is cushion. At the bottom, you'll see that we have cushion left those last couple of years. And I can almost say with certainty that there's no way in 29 that's all we're going to do in 29, or that's where we're going to be. But we got to have a plan. We meet twice a year. We will adjust this again in the spring for next year. We'll meet in the fall, and we'll bring you a new plan next year. This plan is different than last year's plan, and that's how this works. Every year we'll update it, and we'll continue to bring it to you. But this is our plan for this year, and I'm really excited. On FY26, I want to mention as well, you'll see items that are in yellow. If you look at this sheet, there's a lot of yellow. That's what we've actually accomplished off this list. So the yellow are things that have already been accomplished. And you'll see that this year there are things that are already accomplished. Well, that's because these were things, holdovers from last year that we didn't pull the trigger on until July. So the upper roof, for example, the very first item on there, that's a roof that we were wanting to get done this summer. We weren't able to get it done. We're kicking it and punting it to next summer, but we got it on the list. It's already, that money needs to be allocated because we've got to get that roof fixed at the upper. So that's what the yellow items are on that. And you'll also see the second item that I'm really proud about is if you look, you'll see in that about the, 10th from the top, there's a yellow line that goes all the way across. And if you look, that is the 3.5 million in land that we purchased. We've got a plan to get that paid off. Our plan to get it paid off is, you'll see that it's $965,000 this year. So we're wanting to pretty much pay off that $1.5 million note this year. There'll be a little bit left, but not much. And what we're doing is we're paying $600,000 right now. And so what that does, instead of waiting and doing it in the spring, once that valorem comes in, we're able to pay $600 now. and then pay the remainder $395 in the spring after ad valorem comes in. So it allows us to save 6 months in interest. When you're talking $600,000, 6 months in interest is significant. So we're paying it early, and we got a plan. If you look at it, you'll see once we get past this year, we're pretty much $400,000 a year. And what that means is we've got the 1.5 knocked out in 2, maybe a little bit into that third year, but we've knocked out 1.5 million pretty quick. And now we can start attacking. We owe $181,000 every year on the $2 million note, and we're going to be paying $400,000. So we're going to get ahead of the principal pretty quick by paying that. We're basically doubling down and knocking the principal out, which is going to save us interest every single year. So I know we're being aggressive on this, and if we wanted to get more things done, we could not be as aggressive, but by doing that, we're just paying more interest. And we're trying to be as fiscally responsible as we can with taxpayer money, which means pay it off and pay the least amount of interest as possible. So any questions on the capital improvement plan?
This barrel section.
Yes.
High school, is that the old high school?
That is the old high school. And what we want to do in there, the floor is good. What we want to do, and if you remember, we knocked out a door on the north and south side basically to get to that middle section. So there's a whole front section there that would be a great office, great entryway, and so that section could be used in a different capacity, but we don't have the money right now to go in and fix that. We would want to put drop downs in there, put a drop down grid ceiling in there, new lighting in there. The floor is fine. You come in and refinish the floor, you'll be good. Fix the bathrooms, and that whole wing all of a sudden is got a facelift and looks great and will be usable again. So that's our long-term plan for that, and we're excited about it, but as you can see, it's going to be 29 before we get to it.
We accept the capital improvement plan.
Roll call, please. Yes.
Yes.
Discussion and vote to approve or not approve the athletic stipend sheet for the 25-26 school year.
Yeah, so this was an item we actually approved last spring, but we needed to bring it back to you guys. We had an adjustment on it. And last spring, if you remember, we did slow pitch softball on that, and we did varsity, but we didn't do junior varsity or junior high. So all this is it just is adding junior high to slow pitch softball. There's a $500 stipend and a $400 stipend there. I think it's on the top of the second page, maybe. Nope, bottom of first page. So it's right there at the bottom of the first page. You'll see a $500 for head coach, $400 for assistant. So that's the only addition to that from what we approved last year. So just updating it.
Any questions? Is there a motion? I'll make a motion to approve the stipend sheet. All right. Roll call, please.
Yes.
Yes. Discussion and vote to approve or not approve a work-study program for Potomac Public Schools in cooperation with the Department of Rehabilitation Services.
Yeah, so this is another really cool piece that I'm glad that Poto's gonna get. This is a collaboration with DRS. They reimburse us for the students that we turn in. So we turn in a claim, they reimburse. And what this is, if you remember, we put a transition plan in place. This is something that every school in the state is trying to deal with. We have kids in our school to 22, I believe is the age. And they'll be in our school, and one of the things we have to do is we have to have a transition plan. We have to try to work and get them to transition out of high school. So what we're doing is we've got a partnership going with oh my gosh, what's the burger place right over here? What is it? Whataburger, thank you. So Whataburger, we got a collab going with them already where they're gonna help us, but a lot of times this transition happens within the school. They help clean up or do whatnot. It's a minimum wage job, and then we'll put a claim in based on hours worked, and we get reimbursed for that. So it's a really cool piece for our kiddos that need that transition program.
Is there a memorandum of understanding or anything?
No.
Okay.
Nope.
Are they gonna be providing one, or do we need?
No,
one?
that's based on us, on how we, from our end, it's just us having an agreement with the kids for minimum wage, and then they turn in their timesheets, and we submit that, and then they just reimburse our claims. So, not necessarily MOU.
I don't know how you can forget Whataburger out of all the burger places.
I know, it's not really the only one over there. Surely, never mind. Brahms is really good too, sorry. So, I do like that Monterey Jack though, that burger, so.
All right, is there a motion, now that we're all hungry, is there a motion to approve the work study program?
I'll make a motion to approve. I'll second his motion.
All right, roll call, please.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. Discussion and vote to approve or not approve a student pay program for broadcasting the high school extracurricular events.
Yeah, so this is similar to the previous item. It's an opportunity for us to pay some of our students, and this is happening in other schools as well. So as you know, we have a broadcasting committee class, and they'll go in and they'll broadcast games. We're talking last year they did baseball, they did basketball, they did wrestling, they did all these different events. Right now we have a sponsor, Donnie Pennington, which is our head baseball coach. He's the one that's kind of doing all of that. He's asked for us to be able to get this approved so that he can have students that come in and learn and actually will take over some of the broadcasting. So once again, it's an opportunity for kids to learn how to do some public speaking. So from our end, it seems like a win-win to be able to get kids to take on some of that role and that responsibility. So we're just coming to you guys to approve that option where we can pay some of our kids minimum wage to come on and do broadcasting. They would be supervised and have parameters in place on what they're going to say and not say on air.
Any questions or comments? I'd entertain a motion.
I'll make a motion that we approve the broadcast.
I'll second. Roll call, please.
Yes.
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 Discussion and vote to approve or not approve board policy.
Yeah, there's a whole list here. I'll go through these real quick. DNAB is our support staff evaluation system. So it basically just gives an overview of what these next items are. DNAB R1 is for our support staff. DNAB is for our directors. This is the evaluation system that we've actually been using. Before we got OSSBA approved, we had been using this exact item. So we didn't realize when we got it all approved that this wasn't actually in our policy. So we do want to make sure that this is in our policy because these are the evaluation tools we use for support staff and directors for DNAB, R1, and R2. On FE, that is for our pre-K numbers. We had lost one of our TAs at the PK level, and so our numbers get reduced. At the PK level, you can only have up to 10 kids per staff. So in a regular PK class, we can have 20 kids in there because we have a teacher and a TA. Well, we lost one of our TAs, so that reduces our numbers by 10. So you'll notice that that's the only difference is we reduced our PK numbers by 10 because we're a TA short down there now. And our numbers are fine. We're still not maxed out. So that it made more sense for us to go ahead and just cut that position than not. And then FFACA, that is based on the new law in regards to epinephrine. So you'll see if you go to the yellow sheet at the very back, there's an underlined paragraph, and you'll notice that is on the purple sheet as well, because that is what was added. So basically a paragraph that includes epinephrine in it, so that we can meet the new laws. Are there any questions on any of these items?
I move we approve board policies, DNAB, R1, DNAB, R2, FE, FFACA.
Is there a second?
I'll second his motion.
Roll call, please.
Yes.
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 Yes. Discussion and vote to approve or not approve the authorization of purchasing agents for POTA public school programs for the school year 25-26.
Yeah, so this is a yearly item. It's basically making our Chief Financial Officer, Valerie Martin, able to sign on behalf of POTA Public Schools. So it is a yearly item.
Is there a motion?
I make a motion, we approve Valerie Martin as the CFO and able to sign.
Is there a second?
I'll second.
Roll call, please. Yes.
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 Discussion and vote to approve or not approve a new fundraiser project for girls soccer.
Yeah, so we've had a project for soccer, but we haven't had one for boys soccer and girls soccer. And now that we actually have coaches that are not doing both, that we have a boys coaching staff and a girls coaching staff for soccer, we need to go ahead and split up this activity fund. So actually the next two items, item 13 and 14, both deal with this. Item 13 is basically creating that new project, and then 14 is splitting the money into both of the accounts. So they took the full money, divided it in half, and made sure that both accounts have the same amount of money. So that's what both of those items are. Do you have any questions on 13 or 14?
I'd entertain a motion on 13 and 14.
Make a motion that we approve 13 and 14, to split the boys from the girls soccer.
I'll second his motion.
Roll call, please.
Yes.
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 Discussion and vote to approve or not approve the activity fundraisers for the 25-26 school year.
Yeah, these are all SEC, so Miss Angel is giving us extra work here. So it's the football concession, the calendar fundraiser, and then you'll see FCCLA has 4 of those, so they're just getting all of their fundraisers in. Car wash, calendar, chili cook-off, bake sale.
Anyone have any questions with regards to any of the proposed fundraisers? Not an entertain a motion to approve.
I'll make a motion, we approve the fundraisers.
Is there- Great. Roll call, please.
Yes.
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 Discussion and vote to approve or not approve out-of-state activity trips.
Yeah, so the Poto Agriculture, FFA, they're wanting to go to the Arkansas-Oklahoma State Fair. It's September 19th through the 27th. They're going to be exhibiting their livestock and ag mechanics. And then the PKMS has got 2 in here, one for 5th grade symphony and then 6th grade basketball. So the symphony is October 6th. They're going to go see the performance of Earquake, which sounds cool. And then 6th grade basketball is wanting to compete against Fort Smith Trinity Catholic School, December 11th. So I don't think there's anything abnormal there, but I'll send it to you guys.
Is there a motion to approve?
Make a motion, we approve.
Is there a second? Great. Roll call, please.
Yes.
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 Discussion and vote to approve or not approve the local advisory committee on gifted education.
This is a yearly item as well. Every year we have to come to you to approve our committee that meets to go over the goals we have for our gifted program, as well as our program offerings at each site. We'll redo our gifted plan, and next month you'll have the opportunity to look at that and look at any revisions that we have for it. But we do have to have a meeting on or before October 1st, so we ask that you approve our committee so that we can do that.
Move we approve.
Is there a second?
I'll second.
Roll call, please.
Adams?
Yes.
Heck? McGee?
Yes.
Smith? Yes. Gilpin?
Yes.
Discussion and vote to approve or not approve the 25-26 contracts agreements.
Yeah, so PCG, that's a yearly item. That's our Medicaid billing through our software ed plan, special education. Last year, we really took off with this. This was a big win for us last year. Our net profit on going through and doing this was $85,000 last year, and we're really hoping to expand it this year. So that's a big item for us. The next one, the Kellogg and Sovereign, that is E-rate. And once again, that's a big item for us. They handle all the software side of our E-rate claims, and that was $142,000 last year. So that's another one of those big items, yearly item for us. Treat Solutions is a yearly item as well. That is our custodial services. So they come in, they train all of our new custodians, they help all of our custodians be efficient, they help us with cleaning supplies, all that kind of stuff. 5 Bar Clearing Services, that is our drug management component for our drivers. So during the school year, we don't necessarily know if one of our drivers had a DUI over the weekend. So we have this company that continues to do checks throughout the year to make sure none of our drivers picked up something that would make it unsafe for them to drive our kiddos. So that's a yearly item for us as well. Northeastern State University, that's the internship program, and we certainly want to continue that with them. We get a chance to see what new teachers are coming out and gives us some opportunities to do some recruiting early, so we love that. Amira, that is a free curriculum piece that we have several teachers using. That was something that was provided by the state. The state's no longer providing all the components, but the components we're looking for is the curriculum, which is free as of now. So we would like to get that approved. And then Save the Children Head Start, that's a yearly item. We help with some of the testing of the students for services and those kind of things. Like last month, we came with the Choctaw for the exact same item. Legally, we have to be able to provide some services, so that's what that MOU is. NBS, the National Benefit Service, that doesn't impact very many of our teachers. In fact, very few. I talked to Wiley Copeland last week, and I think he said 5 employees is all it touches, but if we don't approve this, then those 5 employees wouldn't be able to get their insurance supplemental piece in place, so it has to do with insurance supplementals. And then PandaDoc is the last item, and that is, this one's kind of weird. In the past, you'll see in your packet, I kind of have an old contract in there. They switched to do everything online. Rates aren't increasing, it's just a renewal online now, but I wanted you guys to see what was actually getting renewed. So they didn't send us anything, they said it's just an online renewal, so kind of a unique deal. But the PandaDoc is our special education e-signatures, so it's a software that allows us to do e-signatures instead of hard copies on stuff. Any questions on any of the contracts or agreements?
Not hearing any, I'd entertain a motion.
I make a motion we approve the contracts and agreements.
I'll second. Roll call, please.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. Discussion and vote to approve or not approve surplus items.
Yeah, so first is the upper. You'll see a whole list. Miss Moore has been busy. She wants to get that stuff out of her building. So I told her she had to get it surplus first. She was like, okay, so she sent you the whole list. Next is your FFA, so the PHS Agriculture Department there. That's the trailer. So if you remember, we approved and they got a brand new nice trailer. So this is the old trailer. They're wanting to be able to surplus this, and they're going to try to get as much money as they can out of that and put it into the other trailer. So good opportunity for them. And then PKMS, you'll see they got a nice little packet there as well of media, the library books. They went through and did weeding, and they had a lot of just old books that either were old or just haven't been checked out and utilized. So they're just doing library weeding.
There's no questions or comments, I'd entertain a motion.
Make a motion we approve the surplus.
I'll second his motion.
Roll call, please.
Yes.
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 Facility report.
Mr. Cochran.
Yeah, so on the Pansy Kid, Gym HVAC, very close to getting that one where they can turn on the air. I know that they worked late Friday afternoon. They can get air into the building now. So there's a couple of options that we have had presented to us by the contractor on whether we actually need socks to distribute that air or can do something different that'd be less expensive. So we're gonna look at that and make a decision on that as well. But we should be able to get air in and start cooling that building down some. Transportation-wise, the 2 new route buses are on the lot at Ross Transportation. They are just waiting on cameras to come in and be installed, cameras and DVR for both buses. So I expect those any day to show up. So that's the main stuff right now.
Great. Superintendent's report.
Yep, so first I've got the non-official student numbers. Remember, our official numbers won't come in until October 1. But for us, state funding is a big piece of our funding. So our numbers are really important when we're talking state funding and what our revenue looks like. So last year we had 2,139 students. That was our October 1 count last year. This year, looking at where we're at, we are up from that. Right now our numbers are sitting at 2,150-ish. So I think we'll be about 10, 15 more than what we were last year, which would be perfect. I mean, it'd be great. We are coming off a high year, so we're going to get a hit at midterm. 2 years ago, we were 2187, and so you can only count 2 years. So 2187 is our high. Even if this year we're at 2155, let's say we get 2160, we're still going to get a hit. at midterm. So, and we'll bring that, guys, to you in November, December at the latest, so that you guys will have an idea what that midterm adjustment's going to look like. That'll start in January. So we know we're going to get a little bit of a hit, but I will say our numbers to not be down this year, we were on a 3-year trend of going down every year. So we're going to go back up this year, and that is really because of PVA, our Poto Virtual Academy. So I'm going to have Miss Brand take a moment and talk about PVA, what the numbers look like in there. Now think about this. Right now, we're basically up 10, 15 kids, okay? So when she talks about her numbers, think about we're only up 10 or 15. So without PVA, we would have been in trouble. So numbers would have continued to go down.
Okay, I'm a little short even to put it down. I first of all want to thank every one of the sites. I know it's so crazy to come in and say, please let somebody do something new and innovative and different, and they have just accepted us and helped us, and we're excited for what we're doing. I'm so proud of my teachers. They have poured so much time every day, working long hours to create something for our students, and we're so proud of that. We have on average 25 to 30, 40 students a day in our PVA. So when you talked about virtual, you just think they might be on the other end of a computer screen, and that's not it. They come in, they get active help. You will at any time walk in and see them using our study spaces or in the offices with our teachers getting extra help or just getting a positive, encouragement that they needed. So we're really proud of that. When we look, we are now currently at 81 students in the Poto Virtual Academy. I think that's really great to start from 0, so we're really proud of that. We have also brought in 29 new transfer students in, whether that be students who have transferred from somewhere else, or honestly, a large majority of that are students who live in Poto School District. We weren't accepting transfers, we were getting them back from other places that they've been. And to me, I'm really proud of that, because that means we're recovering students who live in our district that we lost and they wanted to come back in. So anyway, I think we're going to continue to grow and continue to do great things and keep highlighting success stories for our students.
Great. I would say that if you haven't had an opportunity to go in and look at the PVA, it looks really nice in there, and so it's worth a tour for sure.
Yeah, come see us. We're there every day.
Awesome. Thank you, Ms. Brand. State testing update. I'm going to have, so like on my strategy today, it looks like it's been just to pawn off all of my stuff. So Ms. Tillery is going to talk about the next item. So
he loves to give me the fun topics.
Yeah, state testing update.
Non-controversial stuff. So, I don't know if you've heard in the news, I'm sure that you have, that Superintendent Ryan Walters has proposed changing the way that we do testing in the state of Oklahoma. Before, he's always contracted with a company that comes in at the end and gives a big summative test. It's very expensive to do that, and so one of the things he's proposing this year is to use what they call off-the-shelf assessments, which are benchmark type assessments, and give us a list of companies that we can choose from. So instead of just giving us, here's your test, we have choice in the test that we're going to take. And this will be for reading, ELA, mathematics for grades 3 through 8. So science is probably still going to be the old test that they have, and they're still contracted with that company, and they're currently looking at how to come up with a writing test. They haven't figured that part out yet, but they're working on that. They don't have all the list of vendors for us, but they do have some, and they told us by December 1st we'll have to make a selection on what we want to choose. And well, I'm semi-excited about it, to be honest, because one of my huge complaints about state testing is I give a test in the spring, usually April-ish, and then my kids never see those results, They get the results, they don't get to go over tests, and I think this will give us access to be able to go over what they're not learning with them, which I think is valuable. Why give a test if the kids never get to see what they missed, et cetera? So I'm semi-excited about that aspect of it, if it holds true to that. But we'll keep you apprised of any changes, because I'm sure there will be some. But as of right now, that's what he's proposing. He did have to have public comment and go through that process, and then he'll communicate more with the federal government, and we'll see where it lands. But as of right now, we're supposed to be picking off-the-shelf assessments, so.
Thank you. I do want to take a minute and recognize Miss Adams. So if you don't know, Miss Adams is the first all-state board member that Poto's ever had, so big time. And at OSSBA over the weekend, she got recognized, and super proud of that. OSSBA donated $400 to Poto Public Schools in honor of Miss Adams, and she hasn't yet told me where she wants us to put that, but she will, and it's cool that we get some of those funds to help our kiddos out. So I would like to just give you a round of applause.
I don't think that was state testing, but okay.
Yeah, and I also want to cover one other item. So if you could stick around, we do want to get some pictures for Facebook and all that fun stuff. But one other item, over the weekend, we had the Choctaw Nation donate $5,863.45 to Poto Public Schools as a part of their gift to us. And that's an annual item. The numbers change based on how many kids we have in the program, but that is a really cool piece from the Choctaw Nation. Every year that gets split up and put into each one of our activity accounts. So all of our different activity accounts, which we have, I don't know, a ton, they get split up. So even though it's like $5,000 plus, it ends up being like $74, in each account. But how cool is it that the Choctaw Nation is willing to invest into our kiddos? So shout out to them. We just got it over the weekend, so I didn't get on the agenda, but I wanted to make sure I shouted them out as well. So that's what I have.
Any new business?
There is new business. We did get a Tier 2 special education position, in fact, today. So we wanted to make sure that we bring that to you guys as new business. So when we go back into executive session, I'll fill you guys in on that. You do have that as a item that was put in your packet, separate from your packet. So that is the hire that we would be talking about in executive session and hopefully approving when we come back out of executive session.
With that, I'd entertain a motion to go into executive session.
I'll make a motion to go into executive session.
Roll call, please.
Yes.
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 Oh, you're welcome.
board met in executive session to discuss personnel items according to Title 27, Oklahoma statute, section B1. No other matters were discussed. Those present were board members, Mr. Kipnick and Ms. Tillery for a time. The board returns from executive session at 7:07 p.m. All right. The next item on the agenda is a vote to approve the resignations of employees and resignations submitted since the posting of the agenda. On this agenda, we have 4 people. We have Tony Williams, maintenance technician. We have Brendy G. Hopkins, primary custodian, and we have Jessica Rivera, paraprofessional, and Diane Tillery, assistant superintendent. And I do have a comment before the board votes, and I do just want to say that this district has been blessed by having Ms. Tillery here. There have been a lot of transitions that have happened since she came and joined us, and we would not be where we were. We would not have made it through those time periods but for Ms. Tillery. And so no one likes this agenda because of this, but we definitely appreciate her and just want everyone in the district and in the community to understand how integral she was for us getting through those time periods, and that there's a reason that she came to us. So with that being said, and
I'll second that.
if anybody else wants to add to that, you're certainly welcome, but I would also entertain a motion.
I move that we accept the resignations that are here.
I'll second that motion.
All right, roll call, please.
Yes.
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 Yes. And because I got all caught up in the moment, we did them separate, but I'd also entertain a motion to approve the employment of Martha Martinez as primary custodian and Taylor Didway as special education tier 2 specialist pending certification.
Make a motion to approve this.
I'll second his motion.
Roll call, please. Yes.
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 I'd entertain a motion to adjourn.
I make a motion we adjourn.
Second it.
Roll call, please.
Yes.
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 Good job.
Did I get her? Yeah. Gary, I got her. I got her. Almost got me.